down his receiver every time. Are you ready?
Yeah, right.
This is your forecast.
Forecast, baby.
Happy Bat Appreciation Day.
Is it really bad appreciation?
It is.
Let's go.
But with global warming, who knows how long they're going to be with us.
Oh, yeah? Is that a thing?
Sorry, climate change.
Oh.
You should know that. I mean, you're
I'm
with
happy.
the forecast here. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the Eagles showed their appreciation to bats by signing Skinny Batman.
Skinny Batman, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Slim Reaper. That's going to help Hurts, or at least not hurt him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not gonna help him. He's already been on the team, but another 3 years with him, and then another 2 years with AJ at least. So yeah,
They already had Saquon Barkley, got him. Last week we went over running backs. We're going to try quarterbacks this time. So we got a list of tiers here, and it's not based off of value so much as just career trajectory. And so the top list, we got Lamar, Burrow, Mahomes, Hurts, Herbert, and Allen. Who are you going to go with?
This year list isn't based on because Lamar Jackson's all the way on the left. Like, he's the number one. We just put him in the same tier. There's no point in doing a tier list if you're going to rank everybody too. You might as well just rank them. But my guy, like, a big buy for me is just going to be Hurts. It's 100% biased. But honestly, take all these guys. We'll talk about it later. But these guys are going to do it. These guys are going to get their points. So, but Hurts with being dual threat. I mean, Allen and Lamar, they're dual threats. So they're going to get their points. But yeah, I just think with how much he's utilized in the Eagles offense, I think he's like running everything. And then you got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. I just think he's the most poised to succeed.
For as bad as the Eagles were last year, below expectations anyway, he was still QB number 2.
Right.
Even with him having a bad year, as you could say. But I'm going with another dual threat. Actually, you could say all these guys are kind of dual threats.
Yeah, you definitely like Lamar, Hurts, and Allen are going to be running the ball way more than, like Herbie.
I'm going with Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP. He's fun. He might be a choker in the playoffs, but when you watch him play, he's like a Jedi. He knows everything that's going on around him, and he can juke anybody out at any time.
Yeah.
He plays smart.
He definitely has like a really good awareness of what's going on, and like his just seeing the field with like just carrying the ball, not even passing. I feel like he's definitely improved a lot on his passing, but yeah, just carrying the ball, he just sees where he needs to go and just hits it so hard.
Yeah,
so.
I'm watching some Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is like, if he's running it, he's running it.
Yeah.
But Hurts and Lamar, I say more so Lamar. He's moving around to throw the ball, and then he runs it if that's the best option.
Absolutely.
He's not. I wouldn't even call him a running quarterback. I would call him a quarterback that runs.
Yeah.
Who are you selling from this list?
I don't like a lot of Burrow. I feel like Burrow has been doing a lot of stuff, but I think the big guy that I don't really think belongs up there is Herbert, Justin Herbert. I feel like especially like last year, his points just didn't add up to be up in that list, and I don't know. I don't see him putting up the same points as a lot of these guys. I know Patrick Mahomes probably was around that same area. I think it was an off year, but especially with losing his top 2 option or his top 2 wide receivers, I don't like Herbert for that list.
That hurts. And this might not be fair, but he's the only one in that list that doesn't win. It might not be a QB thing, but it's tied to it. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Josh Allen wins though, but that's who I'm going with.
Does he?
I guess he doesn't win when it counts, but neither does Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I don't like Allen a lot too. I feel like he's still gonna get his points, but with him just like throwing bad picks and turning the ball over. I know like he gets a lot of crap for that, but like it is his fault a lot of the times when he turns the ball over. So I don't like seeing that stuff.
He's got a little bit of the Patrick Mahomes where he makes things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing Patrick Mahomes does is he runs the play the way it's designed most of the time too. And there's so many times you can watch Allen play and he's not not getting rid of the ball. He stares at wide open guys and just
like the
doesn't
exact
throw it.
opposite of what you were saying with Lamar, where it's like
Right.
he looks to run. Like, give me a reason, I want to run. Almost Hurts does the same thing a little bit too, but I think Hurts is just a little scared sometimes. But yeah, Allen just will be like, any reason to run, I'm doing it. Like, oh, there's somebody that
Right.
missed a block, I'm going. Like, he does not. Yeah, you're right.
Does not want to take the dink and dunks either.
Yeah.
That's why I think sometimes he's avoiding the short pass, even if it's wide open, to try to go long.
Mm,
That's why he threw the interception at the end of the game against the Chiefs.
yeah.
I tell you, I will say this: there's no quarterback that I want when it's like 3rd and 17. He is the guy for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
What about so we're going on to the next list. I'm not reading them.
Yeah.
You tell me who you're picking.
A lot of the guys are solid picks, like just gonna get their points. I feel like C.J. Stroud, Brock Purdy. I feel like they're the type of guys that just get their points. I think Kyler Murray is the guy that can jump up into that next level, even if it's just for this season or whatever. But another dual threat guy, so like you could easily say like you can go with like Justin Fields was going top 5 quarterback in fantasy just because he ran. But I just think Kyler is a poor man's Lamar Jackson. He can run almost exactly like Lamar, and I don't think he's as good as a passer, but I think he can still do it. So I like Kyler for that.
He's got more of an arm than Lamar Jackson does.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I don't see that. I haven't watched a lot of film on either of them, but I would have thought Lamar, because I've seen Lamar do it. Like he would just yeet that ball, but Kyler, I feel like with him being small, maybe he just gives me that idea that he can. But
I wanted to pick Brock Purdy, but Jude said I'm not allowed to talk about Brock Purdy anymore. So
really, why is that?
I guess I talk about him too much.
You do talk about him a lot, but I guess he kind of deserves it. Oh, he kind of needs people to talk about him because there's a lot of doubters, so that's fair.
Not me anymore. I got to go with Tua.
Mm.
I think he's got some doubters too for how he led the league in passing yards last year. And
do you think a big part of that is Tyreek and Waddle though? That's how they play. It's grab that ball and go.
Tyreek can do it all. So,
yeah, true.
Throw it short, he'll take it. Throw it long, he'll take it. Medium, anything. The only thing he can't. I mean, he's just not very tall. But Tua though is good at getting him the ball out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say the same thing about Purdy too. Is that these two guys lead the league in yak yards with their running backs or their receivers get the most yak yards. But a key part of that is getting the ball out early enough that the defense can't respond to it, and now he's got room to run.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins are running a lot of those, what are they called, RPOs, and Tua's making a really good decision most of the time. He's got a quick mind for that. He's got a quick
videos on him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely getting him there. But yeah, I agree. Like you what you said. Like I think there's a lot of doubters for Tua, and I mean you led the league in passing. You still got to be able to pass the ball. So like I
mean, all he does really have is Tyreek, and even Waddle wasn't really doing that great last year.
Yeah, true.
Who are you selling?
Who am I selling from that list? I think it's time to sell on. If I'm going to go with somebody, I still like a lot of these guys, but I think you got to sell on Trevor Lawrence. We've been talking about him for 10 years, I feel, and saying this is his year. He's going to break out. He's going to finally do good, and he just doesn't. I feel like he's Josh Allen a lot of times just turning the ball over. I'm gonna just tell anybody who turns the ball over like they do that. So, um, yeah, it's not gonna work for the next tier. But yeah, I feel like it's time to give up. But I still think there's room. There's time. Like he still has a chance to bounce back. But I think with how long he's been selling us, like sell him. You know.
Dude, he can have monster games if everything's
Mhm.
working right. But I think the testament of a good QB is how bad is your bad games.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I haven't looked at his stats, but I feel like he's had games with like 4 picks and
Oh yeah.
100 yards or whatever. It's just like, bro, come on,
Uh,
you're supposed to be better.
Jordan Love's the guy I'm going with, and he hasn't really had any bad games.
Mm.
He's done pretty good.
Yeah,
I believe a lot of that has to do with what's it called, LaFleur.
mm-hmm.
He drew up some really good plays. So many times, Love's just going with the guy that's open, and it happens to be the first guy.
Yeah,
That's the thing about Trevor Lawrence that I didn't like was if the first guy's open, yeah, great.
yeah,
But when he has to go through the next guy, and I'm worried about Love if the first guy isn't open. Whenever the bullets start flying, and if it's not drawn up as well this year, I'm worried. Yeah,
yeah. Do you have a video on Love?
they have a couple videos
Okay.
on him. Yeah,
I don't know about you, but I feel like Jordan Love, he might belong on that list points wise, but I'm just still not sold on him. I feel like he's just played mid. It's almost like Brock Purdy. A lot of people there, it's just like you're not flashy. You're not flashy. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. So like it kind of just doesn't feel like you belong up there. So yeah, I mean maybe it is the year that he falls off or really goes up. But
Also, another thing too is they ran the ball for 4 touchdowns.
the whole year,
The Packers, yeah.
wow.
So
That's
like,
wild.
yeah, when you're on the 4-yard line and he's getting all the touchdowns,
Yeah.
it's going to make it look like he's doing.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Well, hold on. I believe he ran for 2 touchdowns, so it was a total of or he ran for 4.
Yeah.
Other
so like
than
total
him-
6, and then he.
Other than him, it was 4 touchdowns.
That's wild. That's crazy.
On the next list, I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield
Baker
before you
Mayfield.
get to him.
Well, he was QB10 last year. Is that I mean, yeah, he already did it. So, did he reach his peak last year though with 10, or are you saying like, are you buying him and he gets number 10 again this year, and you're like, yeah, that's a good day?
I'm
Or are
just-
you saying he can go up to like top 5?
I believe he's probably reached. I think he's about a 30 touchdown a year guy, but golf, a lot of these guys, he's the next Cousins golf.
Yeah,
But,
Stafford's.
Yeah, probably not as talented as Stafford, but
Well, yeah, but like points wise.
I like these guys that just sort of stick around in the NFL. He's been from team. It seemed like everybody gave up
You
on him.
really do.
Like if you're still starting in the NFL when you're however old he is, probably
Yeah.
30, like you're a good
27,
player.
28. Yeah, that's fair.
He might not be a superstar, but he's still going to have Mike Evans to throw the ball to, Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
And
You really do like those guys. You had like Tannehill, Stafford, Garoppolo. You had them all like 1 year.
not all of them work out.
True. I think my guy for that list is gonna be Deshaun Watson. He's already been top 5 before. I mean, you could go like Aaron Rodgers. He has been too, and I think Aaron Rodgers should bounce back this year. I mean, he only played 4 snaps last year, but Deshaun Watson, dude, if you look at his stats, he's putting up, and I know I said Allen and Lawrence who turned the ball over, and I hate quarterbacks that turn the ball over, and Deshaun Watson does do that, but I think with looking at his stats last year, he's getting like quarterback number 5, 7, 10, like consistently when he starts. So I think if he can reduce those turnovers, and stay healthy and stop being a little girl about playing, like dude, like if he plays, like he gets points. So I like that. So I like to see players in that tier go to that level and bounce back and
Well,
go up.
I would say the turnovers to me don't matter as much for somebody like Watson because he's gonna be starting
Yeah,
for
for
however
4
many more
yeah.
years now. You might have worried about that with Justin Fields and been like, oh, he's scoring points,
Mhm.
but he's turning the ball over, and you're thinking, well, how long is he going to be starting for then?
Yeah,
That would be what you worry about.
right. But he's like 30 years old with a $250 million contract. Like they're gonna have to play him just like Russell Wilson played. So, or is playing. So
I'm selling on this list is Geno.
yeah.
Geno Smith. I
Well,
think he's okay.
well, they wrote him. They've been writing him off, but he ain't writing back. So he needs. I'm gonna send that to him. This clip to him of you saying that you're selling him because he likes the doubters. So
he's it's going to provide motivation for him.
yeah.
All right, well, okay, good. I hope that I root for him. You know, he went to West Virginia, so
Yeah.
But I just think Sam Howell's better than him.
Yeah.
I think
I think people wrote off Sam Howell more than they wrote off Geno Smith. So
he holds on to the ball a little bit too long. Sometimes Sam Howell does, but
yeah.
this was his first year playing,
Yeah.
and I'd rather have a guy that is willing to stand in there.
Isn't that crazy? Just because he's what was he a 3rd round pick or something like that?
Something like that.
Because Sam Howell was so late in the draft, they just trade him away, you know. But then you got guys like Bryce Young and Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. Like, oh yeah, they were high draft picks, so we can't get rid of them, you know. To get rid of them, but
That's what I said about Mason Rudolph when they got. I know you don't want to hear it, but all these other guys like Sam Darnold and Gardner Minshew are getting chances after chances, and Rudolph's not even getting.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that just because like they're a low round draft pick, you keep them though, just because they suck. Mason Rudolph isn't good, dude. I think my guy for sell on this. Yeah, I'm done talking about Mason Rudolph. Is not worth the time. My sell guy for here is Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr he's just been playing like very average play, and I just think he's just gonna keep getting worse as he gets older. Just keep maybe not worse, but like just steady decline. And I don't like putting Derek Carr at the same list as Stafford, Goff, Prescott, and all those guys who have actually still do it, you know. So yeah. I think Carr's going down. The car is crashing.
That's a good one. The Saints fans don't like him. I know that.
Yeah. No.
And they're the ones that get to watch him the most. So.
Well, I still think he's a good enough quarterback to like win games and stuff, especially with how good the Saints defense is. So like you just need somebody to keep the ball moving every once in a while and like just not turn the ball over and be like a mid quarterback.
That's exactly who Derek Carr is though. Like he's not gonna press the issue.
Mm-hmm. He's got some good options out there though. You got Chris Olave. I like A.T. Perry.
Yeah, A.T. Perry's pretty good. Yeah. I think A.T. Perry is somebody who could do really good this year.
I hope so. I have him on my taxi squad.
Oh, that's why you like him. I get it.
Hey, you can't hate me for that.
So out of all the rest of the QBs, who else, is there anybody else that you would like to try to get a hold of? Who else are you looking?
I know I said I was gonna say some stuff about Bryce Young. I think there's still some room for him. We were just watching him, and I think Bryce Young can. I think he'll be able to bounce back. I think he hasn't had a lot of weapons. I think he was in like you got some coaching things like, dude, when he drops back, he just looks so lazy. And I feel like no coach should be like, yeah, you should be able to just do your own thing. It's like a signature. It's just like a little cursive, you know? Like, no, you tell that guy, like, get in there and like, try. Like, you like, I don't care if you're a number 1 pick. Go in there and make a play. Like, look like you belong. I don't care. Just,
like, are you a big body language guy?
Not even really. Not really. Like, it's just like, I know he just wants to do his own thing, but like, dude, like when you look lazy and you take a sack, you look like you're dumb. Like you look dumb. So
It makes it makes the rest of your teammates sort of be
Yeah.
like, what am I trying for?
yeah, like oh yeah, maybe I'll just barely run my route. I'll like do it lazily. Like no, but I did want to say I like Russell Wilson. Going to the Steelers, you're not gonna like the thing I've been saying about Russell Wilson for last couple of years now is he doesn't hit his checkdowns. He wants to throw the ball deep. Well, that's fine, but like your coach needs to tell you, you hit the dump off, dude. Like we need that dump off. We need it. You need to hit like your open receivers, and I think Mike Tomlin's not going to put up with it. So it's either Russell Wilson, yeah, like he's going to do really good because he's going to listen to the coach, or he's going to get benched. That's what I think is going to happen with Mike Tomlin. Because like I think Pete Carroll, he's a player's guy. When he went to the Broncos, he was traded and got all this money. So like he was the guy. Like he only has to listen to him and Mr. Unlimited. So I think now going to the Steelers, like that's a hard nose. Like you're not going to get away with it with Mike Tomlin. It's like if you went to the Patriots with Bill Belichick. Like Bill Belichick's not going to let you have it. Like so, do what the coach says, or you're getting benched.
Or you're gonna get traded to the Eagles and be their backup.
Yeah, true.
Or Bryce Young is gonna be your QB.
True.
Russell, this experiment with Russell there, and I guess it's not an experiment, but it has disaster written all over it for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's definitely a safe disaster though, because you're at a spot where you're like, I don't know what we're doing with quarterbacks, so let's just try everybody, and so they get two different quarterbacks, and hopefully one pans out. I think Justin Fields will work in Steelers. I'm a big Steelers guy, even though like I'm not like a big fan of the Steelers, but like with the organization and their success and like Mike Tomlin, I feel like that's a good place to be for if you're a struggling guy. Like I feel like it's a good opportunity for them.
The standard is the standard.
The standard. It's like the Yankees. But also, they could be a problem because Johnny Damon, once he had to cut his hair, he's just like, yeah, I'm a bum now.
Oh, so maybe you think it's going to be the reverse for Wilson probably because he was a bum before, and
I don't know.
I'm going. You know what? I'm going with the QB that they should have kept, Mason Rudolph. That's who you can get him for like a 5th round pick. Hitch him to.
You think he's going to take over for Will Levis?
I'll say I don't know if he is or not. I wouldn't be surprised, but if he does get an opportunity to play, he's going to do good.
Yeah.
I got 4 videos of him up if anybody wants to go watch it.
Okay. Here it is.
Go watch it.
Maybe I'll watch him, but like that, I just don't like it. Okay.
Well, you already got your mind made up, so.
Yeah, I do. You're right. He's a bum. He can go back to the North Pole. He ain't leading no sleighs. Huh?
He's in Nashville now.
Yeah.
I was at the game where he played against the Bengals. It was right before Christmas.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, they were playing
Yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's
It was funny.
Yeah, funny. Real funny to make fun of your quarterbacks often. Almost like it's because he's a joke of a quarterback.
No, go bring that one up though. It's funny. The name, it's funny.
What, Mason Rudolph?
Yeah.
Can I search your videos? Again,
It's Cincinnati, yeah.
Yeah, I know George.
I guess this is it, right? So for the video.
You got anything else to say? I think it's like